Job number one for me this morning was to get the pellet stove going because it is flipping cold outside. This old farmhouse is pretty drafty, and in the wintertime, it's tough to keep heated. So when I got the pellet stove fired up, I realized we're about out of pellets. So I fired up the dually and let it warm up for a little bit, went in the shop, turned the lights on, and got ready to start my day. I had been out in the shop late last night working on the truck, and I had compiled a list of some parts I needed from Restoration World, and I worked on the carburetor a little bit. It turns out the fuel filter was put in backwards, and it wasn't allowing fuel to flow into the bowl. I didn't have time to fire it up last night, but I did have a chance to work on the headlights and the taillights. I got the headlights to work on both high and low beam, and I got the taillights and brake lights working. Most of the problems were directly related to corrosion in some of the electrical connections. Very easy fixes. But anyway, once the truck warmed up a little bit, me and the turd barrels hopped in it, and we start making our way towards the hardware store. On the way in there, I kind of noticed that they're starting to spread this salt brine all over the road. That tells me that we're getting ready to have some shit weather. All the more reason for me to get these wood pellets put away out in the shed before we get snowed on. Who did that? These two look pretty guilty over that tub of beef jerky being knocked over. Homer! Kill. Now Scrappy doesn't usually bark at anybody, but old Homer, he looks pretty suspicious, so I can't hardly blame her. What do you got there, Homer? That ain't a present for me. What the hell do I want that for? No, I don't want that damn thing. What's he telling you?
You gotta warm it up.
You gotta warm it up?
Well, yeah, you gotta warm him up. He's cold.
Put him in your hat.
I did. I'm gonna keep him, hey.
Huh?
He tells me we're gonna have a light winter.
Is that what he says?
Yeah, that's what it says here.
Well, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, we're gonna have a mild winter.
Mild winter.
Yep.
How does it say that? What determines that?
It's dark on one end, light all the way down the middle, and dark on the end.
They're all like that.
No, they ain't.
The hell they ain't.
No.
Everyone I ever seen's that way.
No, that's because that's the way it's gonna be. I ain't been wrong yet.
Since old Homer ain't never wrong, I should have asked him why my truck's still leaking antifreeze. I was pretty upset about that when I got home. Anyway, I went ahead and swapped out the attachments, put the forks on the skid steer, and me and the dogs head out back to move out what's left of the last skid of pellets to make room for this new skid. Once I got that new skid of pellets set in the shed out back, I went ahead and hand loaded the last of the old skid into the loader bucket on the John Deere, and me and the dogs carried it up to the back porch and stacked them up neatly just inside the back door. That way they're already up there and I don't have to traipse through the snow with them that's inevitably coming. Once I had my chores done, I figured it was time to go out and see if this truck would run after I fixed that fuel filter. It was being a little bit stubborn until I decided to go ahead and pull the choke cable out, and then it fired right up. Now, until I get that fuel tank all cleaned out and sealed, I'm just running it off a 2-gallon can sitting on the frame rail next to the engine, which is fine for right now. I went ahead and put the air cleaner back on it and thought, well, it sounds pretty daggone good. Might as well take it for a little spin around the house, around the circle driveway. Now, this was the first time I've actually got to drive this truck anywhere, and the brakes aren't the best, but the main thing I was concerned with was the clutch and the transmission to make sure they were both okay. And so far, everything checks out perfect. About the second time I came around the house, Kenny Powers showed up with his little S10, and I pulled in right behind him. I told Kenny, I can't hardly believe it, man. This crazy thing runs perfect. He couldn't hardly believe it. Anyway, while I've got the green truck backed out of the garage, I went ahead and brought the dually in for some work on it. I needed to get to the bottom of this coolant leak, and I wanted to replace the fan clutch, and I had some light bulbs and things like that need to be replaced. So me and the dogs went down to see Mark for a few minutes. He had a whole box of stuff for me down there for that dually, and some new tools. And God knows I could sure use some new tools right about now. The dogs got their usual, full bellies full of dog treats, and Mark helped me carry everything out to the Suburban and put it away. By the time I got back, Kenny was standing there waiting on a fan clutch. He doesn't waste any time. I think that it was the lower radiator hose that was leaking because it was a little bit loose when I started to take it apart. Anyway, Kenny got the fan clutch put on, tightened up the radiator hose, and started putting all new lights on the dually. My cab marker lenses are cracked and really faded, so I ordered a new set in and a new set of rubbers that mount the lights to the top of the cab. Once we had all that stuff done, we went ahead and pulled the dually outside for a leak test and let it idle in the driveway. Then we brought the green truck back in, and we wanted to get the seat pulled out of it to take it to the upholstery shop, and I wanted to get the gas tank out so we could get to work on cleaning it out and resealing the inside of it. It didn't take very long to get that thing out, especially with Kenny's help. Also, while I was down there at Mark's today, he hooked me up with a brand new pump for my parts cleaning tank, and God knows I've got parts to clean up. It makes it a lot easier with the pump working. So Kenny went ahead and reinstalled the new pump, and we got the parts cleaning tank back up and running. That's a huge load off my mind because it's so much easier to clean up all these parts this way. What do you got there, squirrely?
Packages. This one sounds...
That's from Jegs. Why would Jegs ship me something? Billy must have ordered something. And those are my new headlights for the dually.
Cool.
Anyway, I get back to working on cleaning up parts in the parts cleaning tank, and after 30-some years, I can tell when Vicky's just about to start asking questions.
So where's all this dirty liquid? Like, where's all the pieces parts go?
I knew it. It just recirculates. There's a filter on it that just circulates all the crap down in the bottom of the tank. Why?
Just wondering.
It's always got something to fester over.
I just don't know how things work.
It's probably best that way.
I see you got my seat out of the C10 over there.
I did, in fact, get your seat out of the C10. So, that engine runs perfect. Like, I don't even want to take it out.
Don't you getting attached. Miss Vicky does not want a 6-cylinder. I'm getting that one over there on the engine stand.
Wait a minute.
That's what the deal
Now,
is.
I was okay with it until you start demanding.
Listen, you've talked it up. That's
Listen,
what
now
I'm
you got
getting.
Scrappy all worried back there.
Yeah, Scrap's getting worried if we start arguing.
It's okay, Scrappy.
No, I'm getting that engine over there on the other side.
Oh, horse feathers. You don't need that. That the 6-cylinder runs so good. You don't even understand. It's so smooth. It's quiet.
It's not cool at all, though.
It is cool because it's all original.
Lame.
I mean, everybody's car sounds like it's got a V8 in it, but only you would have a 6-cylinder. All right, I'll put a small block in it.
With shiny things on it.
With shiny things on it?
Shiny, like you guys have shiny things. Valve covers and
Go
fancy
look at my
stuff.
truck. That's my truck. Go find all the shiny things on my truck. I'm doing good to have freaking all 4 hubcaps and some new lights. There's your gas tank. Our gas tank. And here is our sending unit, what's left of it.
That was in the gas tank?
Yeah, that's the sending unit that tells you how much gas is in it. What's left of it.
I think we better just get all new.
You told me to save money. I'm trying to flush the tank out, clean it, and seal it, and Mark's got a new sending unit coming. I played Stump the Chump with him today, and I stumped him for a few days, but he's got one coming on Tuesday. I find it very funny how when it's something that affects me and me only, it's save money. But when it's for Vicky, money's no object.
Unfortunately.
So the truck didn't pass the leak test when we backed it out. And evidently the water pump was definitely leaking. I thought it was a water pump, but then I thought it was a lower radiator hose, and it was definitely the water pump. It pulled a sneaky sneak on us, didn't it?
Yep, sure did.
That weep hole was leaking, and you couldn't see it up above the balancer. There was no way to see it. So we've had to pull the truck back apart and put a new water pump on. Now, luckily, Mark down at A1 had a brand new one in stock.
I said it ain't gonna leak this time.
You better knock on wood, Slim. It's a miracle I made it home. Maybe all that 90 mile an hour running on the interstate pulling a trailer is what did in my water pump, huh?
Good possibility.
Or it could be the 350,000 miles that are on it. I don't think I've ever put a water pump on it. God.
It did good.
It did good. So good news, bad news. We had to pull the truck in twice, tear it apart twice, and I wasted a little bit of antifreeze. But the good news is, it's finally fixed. So me and Kenny pull the dually out, and we decide to go ahead and just shove the green truck back in the shop for tonight, because I may want to work on it a little bit tonight after I get home from Best Buy and taking Vicky out to dinner. Now, y'all may have noticed lately that I haven't had any drone shots, and that's because my memory cards are full.
Did you get it?
Oh, I got it. I got
Look.
it right in the hiney hole.
Look what's right next door.
Oh.
Well, 5 minutes till close, you walk in.
No. We discussed this in there with the young man that helped me. They advertise 7, they stay open until 8 because people like you procrastinate. So he's like, I said, I'm sorry I'm walking in here 10 minutes before it's closing time. I'm in bib overalls and you're probably thinking you're in for the ride of your life 10 minutes before close. He's like, actually, we stay open till 8. That's just to keep people from coming in here late. I said, perfect. So I got this thing. Tommy told me they were like 30 bucks.
Yeah.
That one was 100. I feel like I got violated.
Did you get the right thing?
Yeah, I got the right thing. This was the Super Duty Extra Extreme Plus Jumbo, whatever the hell it is. 256 gigabyte.
Well, that's
170
why.
mile an hour, some damn thing. I don't know.
You probably got way more gigabytes than what he would get. That had
What I
to be
did.
why it was more.
So anyway, I'm standing in there. Some guy comes across here and goes, "Hey, old man."
Oh,
I was like, "You know him?" I said, "How does he know you?" I said, "I got a YouTube channel."
oh Lord.
"Oh, what do you do?" "Well, we drag race, work on cars, trucks." It's like, I always wanted to get into that, but I just don't have the money. I said, "Well, there's 2 ways to ruin your life, son. One is to mess with race cars, and the other one's messing with..." I'll bleep that out. I wish you guys could have seen the look on her face. Anyway, we leave Best Buy and head to Texas Roadhouse to start our next catastrophe. Which one you gonna pick, squirrel?
An easy one.
Well, there's one right there. There's
plenty
one.
of room
Oh
right
my
here.
God. You can't park like that. You're taking up 2 spots.
Listen, who's the backseat driver?
I'm in the front seat. Oh my God. I'll scuff up this guy's Dodge pickup. You gotta back up again?
Yeah, because I feel like I'm over.
Oh, you got people waiting on you, Vic. Look, you're holding up the whole process. And, no. Now you're gonna have to back out of this mess.
Did you really want to watch me try to back in?
It would have made for better content. See, that guy knows how to do it.
Well, we'd still be trying if that had been me.
That's true. You happy? All right, guys, welcome back. So we went out to dinner. I had pushed my luck with Vicky about as far as I dare push it tonight. So I didn't take any more video in the restaurant. It was a little bit loud in there anyway and couldn't hear anything, so it's whatever. But we're back here at the shop now, and I'm really excited about her truck. This little 64 C10 has turned out to be in much better condition than I could have ever hoped for. mechanically, rust-wise, like everything. It's going to be a really nice little truck when we get this thing done. You know, I was kind of teasing her a little bit today about leaving the 6-cylinder in it for a while, and I probably will for a little while. I'm not sure what yet I'm going to do about the exhaust system. I'm thinking I might just put stock manifolds on it, to be honest with you. I want it to be maintenance-free. I don't want header gasket leaks. I don't really care about the performance of it. It'll be fine. It'll have plenty of power for her and to do everything we want to do with just a stock 350 in it. I just want it to be quiet and smooth and comfortable. She wants it a little bit loud, but it'll have a nice little rumble to it, I'm sure, but nothing drastic. But as far as the carburetor goes, the fuel filter was in backwards. And when I turned that fuel filter around last night, I thought, that might have caused what we were dealing with when we were trying to load the truck down there in Tennessee. And it turns out that was the case. It runs phenomenal. So I'm really happy about that. Transmission seems okay. Clutch seems perfect. It doesn't have any chatter or high spots in the clutch. It doesn't do anything funny. It's very smooth, very silky smooth. So thankful for that. Tomorrow, the plan is for me to go get Tommy's S10 tomorrow. The plan is for me to pick up Kenny in the morning, and I'm headed to Zanesville to go pick up Tommy's S10, and I'm going to try and get it back here before it snows. They're calling for considerable amount of snow on Sunday. Tomorrow morning, it's supposed to be like 15 degrees or 17 degrees. I'm not too happy about that, but at this point, it is what it is. I've got to get that truck home before the roads are just completely covered with salt, and that's coming. It's already started. They've already started putting brine down on the interstate and in the intersections. And that truck, oh God, that truck is way too nice to be dragging it through the salt. I hope the paint job's still okay on it. I know it's been sitting in there with grinders and welders going, and I'm pretty upset about it, but there's nothing I can do at this point but get it home. So hopefully it's in good shape when we get it here. Hopefully the paint's not damaged on it too bad from being in a fab shop for over 1.5 years, but we'll see. So that's tomorrow. Kenny and I is going to try and go get that truck, get it brought up here, and I think I'm going to put it in the old side where we used to have merch, and I'm going to move Billy's truck out of there and put it out in my race car trailer for now to keep it under roof. So that's the plan. Also, real quick before I end this video, I'm going to open up a line of communication to everybody who watches these channels through an email address. I have not yet. She's chewing on boxes. Quit, Scrapper. I'm going to open up an email address. I haven't made it yet, but I'm going to make a brand new email address specifically for people who would like to reach out to us for whatever reason. But lately, we're having a little bit of problems with communication because people, and bless your hearts for doing it, guys. We really appreciate it. People are offering, hey, I've got a gas tank for that 64 C10, or I've got a set of headers, or I've got this and I've got that. We would like to donate it. And look, we really appreciate that. We do. Because we're not made of money. We're not wealthy people, but we're not asking for handouts, okay? And we have tried to stem that tide of incoming parts a little bit. But the problem is not communicating and just ignoring the emails or ignoring the messages is leading to other problems. Mainly, people are starting to contact people that we do business with, such as Uncle Bob up at McVeigh's Automotive and Machine. And you guys got to remember something. Bob is a one-man band in the machine shop. So when he's on the phone, and you're calling up there to tell Uncle Bob, hey, I've got this, or I've got that, or hey, I need Bill's phone number, or I need Billy's number, or I need Tommy's number. You're making life difficult for Bob and for Mark at A1. Like, the reason that I put Mark in my videos every day is because I'm there every day, for one, but two, Mark is a mom and pop's operation off the beaten path. He's not in some strip mall. He's not on a corner someplace where there's a ton of traffic. Mark's store is off State Route 79 in Buckeye Lake, and it's easily forgotten. It's not an area where you would find an Advanced Auto Parts or AutoZone. It's not on a piece of expensive real estate. So it's easy to forget that Mark is down there on 79, just south of 70. But as much as this may have helped his business, it's, when people call him trying to get in touch with us, it distracts him and his guys that he has working there from doing their jobs. And the same thing with Bob. And it's happened at Jegs. They're getting phone calls at Jegs. And we appreciate you guys, we really do. But we were trying to just tone it down, or maybe not mention it, or just not answer, like just trying to get everything to calm down, and it's not working. It's actually making things worse for the people who we do business with, and we are trying to help. So anyway, guys, thank you guys very much. We certainly appreciate all the help and support that you guys have shown us. But I will get this email address posted, and I'm just about to the point where I'm gonna have to hire Vicky to go through messages every day. Please, guys, don't call all these other businesses trying to get a hold of us, because they've mentioned it to me a handful of times, and it's getting to the point now where I was recognized in Best Buy tonight and in the parking lot at Kroger's, and I love it. It's great. But there's so many people that evidently know our family now and want to help. They like feel it's deep connection to us, and that's a wonderful thing. We're very blessed for that. But we have to protect the people who are helping us and who we do work with. We can't have people calling them and distracting them from their day-to-day jobs. So please, guys, keep that in mind. I know you feel like it's just one phone call, but it's your one phone call is on top of 50 others a week, and it's starting to get a little crazy. So something to think about, guys. All right. So I'm going to finish this video up. I'm going to turn in for the night and go in and see Vicky, and got to get up in the morning, go pick up Kenny Powers. And I'm going to start calling him Kenny Afternoon, because he hasn't been very good in the mornings for a while. If you hear me call him Kenny Afternoon, you know why. But I'm going to go pick up Kenny in the morning and go get Tommy's S10 and get it brought home. And hopefully we can start trying to put that truck back together and put the dash back in it and get the interior in it and get the seats in it. And it's a long ways from being done, but it's going to be longer and longer ways from being done if I don't get it back here. So see you guys tomorrow.